welcome everybody to the conference on technology. No, what conference are we at? Computer Science and Technology. My name is Sylvia Unwin. I'm a full-time faculty here at Bellevue Community College. I teach in the Business Division Programming, and I'd like to welcome you all here. But before I go any further, I just want to let you know what's going to be happening. First of all, just to give a really special thanks to Boeing and their representatives, Jerry Bunce, Dave Halverson, and James Westfall, who helped make this event a reality. Without their time, support, commitment to this project, it wouldn't have been possible. So I want to really thank Boeing for helping us here. Each panelist will have 10 minutes to present, and we're only going to have 2 this session B, and that will be, let me get my introductions here, Dr. William Eardley, an associate professor at the University of Washington, and also Jeanette Jarvis, who works at Boeing. The other panelists are Abigail Cook, who works at Concurrent Technologies Corporation, managing various projects, and also Dave Kasich, who works at Boeing in the airplane group as an architect for information systems, geometry, and visualization technology. We are going to have the panelists convene over in C-120 after the session. Also, a reminder that you probably haven't heard yet is don't forget to vote. And also, don't forget to fill out the evaluation forms that people will be passing out to you if you don't already have them. Do they have their evaluation forms yet? Not yet? Yes, they do? Okay. There is also going to be a raffle drawing at the end, but you do need to be present to win, and there's some really nice little goodies that are being sorted out for this. And then after the 10-minute presentations of each of the speakers, we will then open up the floor for questions from the audience. So I want to introduce Dr. William Eardley. He is the founding director of Computing and Software Systems Program at the University of Washington over on the Bothell campus, where he still works as an associate professor. Bill has many research interests that he listed, among them being software risk management, quality assurance, human-computer interaction, computing networking, and organizational analysis techniques. He has extensive software development and research experience in aerospace, healthcare, and computer networking industries, and has served as an independent consultant. So I'd like to welcome Bill to come and give us a little presentation.
Great. Well, welcome everybody. You can hear me. This mic, can you hear me fine? Yes. Okay. Again, I guess we've saved the best here. You're all truly the future of technology. And I just wanted to start out a little bit with some basic background. When I first started, actually when I just left high school, I took one of those pre-college tests to see what your aptitude is. And I remember the test results said, well, you're really good at engineering and you're going to be a nurse. And I didn't quite understand that until later on as I watched my career and interests develop, and next thing you know I was doing computing within healthcare institutions, and I was director of a hospital, so I guess those tests do work out, so that was pretty amazing. I did work at Boeing for about 5 years while I was finishing up my doctorate, and I just have to say, everybody should take the opportunity to work within a big, giant organization. You will learn so much. The resources are there are so many different resources and opportunities for you to do really whatever it is you want to do. So take advantage of it. It truly was influential in my life, and actually, quite honestly, influenced what our computer science program ended up looking like at the UW-Bothell campus, and it's also now taught at the UW-Tacoma campus. After getting the degree program started up at UW-Bothell, of course, I like this thing called startup mode, because I worked for 5 years in the proposal development group within Boeing, what was then called Boeing Aerospace, or the Defense and Space Group later on. I think it's had, what, 7 or 8 different names since then. But I still think they build the same kinds of things, though, for the most part. But I did take some time off because I was, things were getting steady and even, and spent some time working for a network company, a startup. The dot-com boom was truly exciting, and I figured I didn't want to miss out on that experience. Spent some time working downtown on a company that's still in business. Their headquarters have moved to Atlanta. That seems to be an interesting trend in the Seattle area. Did some work also again at Overlake Hospital. I was a research director, and I now work with the Tulalip tribes, helping them on their technology infrastructure, everything from building healthcare facilities to knowledge management, cultural preservation. We just finished writing a grant to the National Science Foundation to actually preserve the Coast Salish languages, so hopefully we'll get funded. So the point of my talk is, who uses technology? Well, really everyone. And we're all worried about, gee, there aren't too many jobs in the software companies, they're not hiring much anymore. Well, they're probably staying relatively even overall in what we thought of as the dot-com types of jobs. But I can tell you, I've done a lot of research in the state, just finished a big study last summer, and you know where the technology jobs are going to be? They're going to be looking at the traditional, what we think of as traditional fields like agriculture, healthcare, the engineering work, social work, nonprofits, educators, teachers are all using technology. So of course students, you all know about it. Financial companies, boy, with all the mortgages and refinancing going on, the technology is just way behind. Researchers, scientists, retail side, all the way to families and how you support your life. And every one of these areas, and there's 100 more of them, but every one of these requires somebody to think a little differently about a particular knowledge domain or a particular area of expertise. And then my favorite phrase, and I believe this totally, is that computers are a means to an end. Anybody that takes one of my classes will hear this over and over and over again, plus a lot of other stuff. But you'll hear that, how do we use these tools? When is it appropriate to use these tools to help us enhance whatever our values are and whatever is needed by the problem that you're faced with? And in fact, when I first started college at UW Seattle, undergrad, again, I came off with, I love math. I'd taken all the math classes, science classes, everything I could possibly take. And then I took this computer class. There was no computer science program yet officially at UW, but I took this engineering class, and I go, well, what a breeze class. Geez, this is, I was taking biology and chemistry and physics, all the traditional sciences, and I go, well, what's this computer class? And I go, I was almost embarrassed to talk about it because I called it advanced calculator class. And I go, this isn't really science. Well, so I stepped away from computing for a while, took all these other things, and I discovered psychology. And I go, wow, I really like psychology. In fact, at first in high school, it scared me because it seemed too weird. But then I found out there was research in psychology, and I found out you could quantify things. I found out that computing became very essential for helping us understand the basics of human behavior, the basics of how we take care of elders, how we take care of kids, how we do all these kinds of things. And I became fascinated with it. Plus, it's such a new field with so much research and so many things to do. So as I looked at, well, what's going to be the next killer application, the next DOS, the next spreadsheet application is going to get people, in the early days, those were the things that finally found a use for computers at a personal level and business level. So I still, as I talk to my students today, they say, well, I love gaming. Well, why do you love gaming? I love doing healthcare work or bioinformatics or whatever. And I said, well, why do you like that? And it's because all of us still have these basic human needs that are out there. We want, how many of you have something in your hand that you're twiddling, you're moving around, you're manipulating, you're scratching your head, you're holding your head up in case you're sleeping, but we're always doing something. We have this intrinsic, innate need to explore and manipulate objects and test things in our environment and around us.